Hey, everybody, and welcome to Physics 1105 Laboratory online. I'm Professor Shank, and I'm going to walk you through the class. So our class runs through our Randolph College Moodle page, which you can get to by typing moodle.randolphcollege.edu in your browser. You should be able to log in with your usual credentials, the same credentials you used to get into your Randolph email. And this is really the only way you're going to be getting this video anyway. Welcome to class, and let me just run through how this class works. Okay, so we have a Moodle page here that gives you a bunch of general information. So for instance, you'll have access to this video there. The other thing is, a couple things to point out here is that we have a lab kit for this class, and you should be receiving that within this week. Maybe by the early next week. The first couple of labs don't actually use the lab kit, so you've got a little time. And then we have some office hour information for you here, but really the best way to get a hold of me and ask me questions is by texting my cell phone. So I have a cell phone number here for you. If you text after 9 p.m., I might not get to you till the morning. Make sure you introduce yourself in the text. It's a very quick way of getting answers. And then we have a big calendar here. And the calendar is meant to show you where everything is due. Things in red are when things are due. So if you notice here, if I blow this up a little bit, you can see that we have an introduction to class quiz that's due right after it's due Friday this week, etc. So you look at those, and then what you can also see is there are pre-labs. These are quizzes in Moodle. And then we have days that we suggest that you do the lab. So I'm going to see if I can blow this up. It didn't seem to work very well. There we go. It's a little better. So you can see here where it's in green, it's days that we suggest you start working on the lab. That doesn't mean you have to do it that time. You don't sit on Zoom with me or anything like that. It just means like it's a suggested time to actually do the lab activities so that you can get going on the reports, etc. Okay, so now there are three types of reports in this class. One is an informal report. It's really a quiz in Moodle about your activities. The other is a formal written report. And then the third is an oral report, and that's just a video that you make explaining what you did in the lab, showing me your data, answering some of the questions in the lab manual. That's only for the first lab. So let me walk through what this looks like down here. So first of all, each lab has its own section. So for instance, it says here, the first lab is intro and statistics. The type of lab report is a formal oral report, and that the lab kit is not required. And then it has a to-do list. And this first lab section has a bunch of things that we want you, it's preliminary work that we want you to do. So not all of them are going to have such a long to-do list. But this is where you can find all the things you need. There's a link to the lab manual. There's this introduction to class quiz that's due on Friday, etc. Okay. And then for lab one, you make a video and submit the link to the video to me in this area here. Let's take a look at a more typical week, which is lab two. Lab kit not required. The type of report is informal. So let's see what that means. Here's your to-do list. You have a pre-lab that's due on 9/2. And then your lab report is just this informal quiz. So if you scroll down here, you'll see there's other things in here which are just meant to help you. Like for instance, here's lab 2 analysis help video, okay? And here's that informal report quiz. And this guy here is really your lab report, right? You don't do that until you're done with your lab activities, right? I wouldn't try to even look at it. And that's kind of a typical week. And you can see we have about 10 labs, and some of them have more hints and more stuff in there for you, but they also have very similar structure. This one is the first formal written report, and because of that, it has an extra assignment that's meant to get you ready to do that report, to tell you what to do and in a formal report. And that's here with this formal lab report requirements and guidelines quiz, which teaches you about the report. Okay, so I hope that you keep up with the work. Some of you are familiar with our 7-week terms, but 7 weeks for a lot of people who come from other places than Randolph is going to be quite quick. It's almost like a summer class. It's quite fast-paced. So try to keep up with the work. and email me with any questions or text me with any questions, and have a good time. Okay, see you.